Imagine getting into a car accident and having zero proof of what actually happened. So this kind of scenario can cost you thousands of dollars, and in my case, unfortunately, that's not a hypothetical. About a year ago, my Model 3 was totaled in a crash. Even though Tesla's built-in camera system was on, the pyro fuse blew at the moment of impact, shutting down the entire car. That meant the footage was gone. I was injured, the car was destroyed, and I had no evidence to prove what actually happened. All right, so Tesla's built-in cameras are great in theory, but in real-world accident scenarios, sometimes they fail, like my case, and that's why I started looking into other dash cams. So the one I've been trying recently is from Vantrue. This is their S1 Pro Max, and this is the world's first dash cam with 4K in front, 4K in back, plus 4K HDR. It also has some serious intelligence behind it. So today I want to show you guys what it is, what it can do, and why I think every car owner should consider it, and how it stacks up to what Tesla has built in natively. All right, let's go ahead and unbox. Now, I love unboxing these. You definitely get that Apple-like experience. So let's start with the main front-facing camera. So right here you get a 4K camera, and the whole unit is pretty compact, but it definitely feels well built, and it's designed to blend in with your windshield so that it doesn't draw too much attention. It also has that Starvis 2 tech that's designed by Sony with the HDR and the plate pix technology that I'll talk about more in detail later. What you can't see on the inside is the GPS module, which means the camera can also record location, speed, and driving route data along with your video files. So most rear-facing cameras kind of get the short end of the stick and they're stuck in 1080p, but the S1 Pro Max actually has it in 4K. This is the industry leading when it comes to rear camera quality. So almost 1 in every 3 collisions in the US is actually a rear end collision. I'm kind of a prime example of that. So what happens in the back is just as important as what happens in the front. I really just can't overemphasize how important it is to have 4K on the rear cam. Even some of the high-end dash cams don't do this where they give you 4K, they're still stuck in that 1080p. For installation, Vantrue includes a mounting bracket, both a Type-C cable and power adapter. They've packed in the wiring you'll need for the rear camera install, plus adhesive pads, a trim removal tool to tuck cables, and you get some extra mounts if you want to adjust placement later. And of course, the user manual and warranty card. So everything you need is basically right here to get you up and running. So let's go ahead and put it in our car. There's also a lot of really cool tech packed inside of here. It has its own intelligence suite. So the front camera has all the ADAS. So basically you get an extra set of eyes on the road using their high quality imagery and advanced AI to monitor vehicles and pedestrians. All of this really enhances your situational awareness. All the lane departure warnings, pedestrian detections, even collision warnings packed right inside of this. The rear 4K camera also uses Vantrue's proprietary AI for blind spot detection. This gives you real-time alerts, making your drive just that much safer. If you're stopped, it can tell if the car in front of you starts to move. Really, all of this sets it apart from other entry-level dash cams. Also, we're going to install our rear camera inside the vehicle, but you can easily mount it on the outside as well because this is a waterproof rear camera. Okay, let's go ahead and plug in the power supply and get it connected to the rear camera. You can see both slots are over here. There's also a place for micro SD to go inside. Snaps right in. And this plugs in down here. It's honestly really easy. It's like a 3-minute install. You're just tucking in the wires. I barely even need the tool. There's a couple little areas where it's a little bit harder to push it in, but a lot of them I've just been able to do with my fingers. So the rear camera also has some cool stuff. It has blind spot detection built in it, so it can warn you if you're gonna have a collision in the back with this rear camera. And again, it's in 4K. So let's go ahead and plug it in. Okay, so now that everything's installed, I think I need to go drive around so I can see that 4K footage on the front and the back. And then when it gets dark tonight, drive around a little bit more so we can see that HDR night vision that's powered by the Sony Starvis 2 sensor. Another feature that I really like about it is that it has voice controls built into it. So I can say, take a photo, Just pulled into a parking lot. This has 4 different parking modes, but what I find really cool is right here it actually shows you the distance between your car and the car in front of you. We took the S1 Pro Max out on some nighttime commutes because that's usually when dash cams get exposed. However, on poorly lit roads like here, the detail is incredible. You can actually read license plates clearly. Vandrew calls this plate pix mode. Essentially, it uses advanced sensor tech to enhance license plates. So if someone cuts you off or tailgates you aggressively, you can zoom in later and pull the plate number with confidence. In fact, we did a side-by-side comparison with Tesla's built-in camera, and honestly, you can tell right here, it's not even close. What impressed me the most was really how it was able to handle when the lighting changed. So I'm talking about in tunnels or underground parking decks, or even if you are driving at sunset. So most cameras either blow out the highlights or crush the shadows, but the S1 Pro Max was able to balance exposure really well thanks to that 4K HDR. Another cool feature is that you get smart remote access to Vandrew's app over 5G Wi-Fi. So with this, you're able to review footage, you could download it instantly, or even look at your route history. The GPS module is also great if you use your car for business because it keeps track of speed as well as mileage. So if you're writing off those miles, this can be really useful. All right, let's go ahead and address the obvious. Why not just stick with Tesla's built-in cameras? Well, for one, they're not designed to be dedicated dash cams. You can see from this video that the quality is not the same. They don't record in 4K, and they can quit when you need them most, like in my case. So it's really nice to be able to have something like the S1 Pro that has that continuous recording on it. And you know, it's kind of like having insurance for your insurance. Between that, an industry-leading rear camera, and the AI, the S1 Pro really makes a compelling case. Now, it's not perfect, nothing is perfect. The alerts can sometimes feel a little bit redundant, but you can definitely adjust them or turn them off completely. All right, guys, if you value peace of mind or you just want the best footage available, I think having an independent dash cam like S1 Pro is really worth it, and maybe one of the best investments that you could possibly make for your car. I'll link everything you need to know in the description with a discount code, and remember, when you use our links, you're also helping to support this channel. All right, catch you guys later.